What's up? What's up? We're gonna touch back in. It's queer season with Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, Golden Age of the Moor. All right. Page 175. We're gonna touch on the brother who you should be taught about in school, right? He says, brother. All right. And so this guy name is Averroes. Averroes, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. As far as his name. Now, this guy, let's read it. This Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. He says, African rule in Spain was at its summit in the Almohad period, during which the greatest philosopher of the Middle Ages reached his maturity. Abu al-Walad Muhammad ibn Rashid has been known in the West by the name of Averroes. He was an African who lived in Spain. So this is the guy that you ever heard of quote like, you got to balance reason and religion. This is the guy that they'll say deciphered the Greeks. We read the Greeks, and we know he must have saw what we saw, right? But this is the guy they have here for you in school. His name Averroes, with these black schools, right? He was an African, more all the same. He was the greatest philosopher of the Middle Ages. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, this guy was intelligent, very highly intelligent, very well known, very highly educated, and he was into medicine, right? Had some debates. So they kind of want to wipe him out of history for us, like black folks, because we the Moors, Africans. So they wanted to erase him, so we don't really connect with his intelligence and see what was he talking about. This brother lived from 1126 to 1198 AD. And it says here again, he's like, the African rule in Spain was at its summit in the Almohad period, during which the greatest philosopher of the Middle Ages reached his maturity, Abu al-Walad Muhammad ibn Rashid. Has been known in the West by the name of Averroes. Now, what's the West? That's America, and over this way, where we at now. He was an African, lived in Spain, and so they have taken his information and hid it from us, and then studied it themselves, and then when they go in school, then they give it to us in a very diluted form. This guy was very respected when it comes to medicine and other studies, and so in order to disconnect you from his intelligence and things that he figured out during his time period, because he's like, what, 72? They gotta keep his name away from you. You can already see this, brother. Look, Ibn Rashid, Abu Bukhari, Master Musa, brother, Abu al-Walad Muhammad ibn Rashid, right? And so you see, he was so this is what's. Let me show you some more thing too. Right, and they see it say the golden age of the Moor. So we talking about Europe, right? But then you got this guy named Charles Jared Ingersoll, right? In the House of Representatives in America, Friday, January 3rd, 1845, in regards to the annexation of Texas. Where he says the stupendous deserts between the Nueces and Bravo rivers are the natural boundary between the Anglo-Saxon and the Mauritanian races. There ends the Valley of the West. There Mexico begins. Thence beyond the Bravo begin the Moorish people and their Indian associates, to whom Mexico properly belongs, who should not cross that vast desert. You know what I'm saying? So now you're talking about Moorish people, 1845 in Mexico? Okay. Well, huh? Oh, wait a minute. So think about that. Wait a minute. So the golden age of the Moors talking about Spain. He's talking about Moorish people in Mexico in 1845, before the Civil War. Right? Now, this man said Mexico belongs to the Moors, right? That guy. And then this lady, Zala Natal, in 1888 says Montezuma, the king of the Tezmatite in Mexico, is subsequently designated as a Moorish king in the same inventory in 1596. In 1621, the word Indian was substituted for Moorish. Okay. And so, like I said, let's go back to this brother so you won't forget him. This man's name is known as Averroes. Look for his name. He was an African. Abu al-Wala Muhammad ibn Rashad in the book of the Golden Age of Moor. The Golden Age of the Moor. African rule in Spain. Did you peep all that? Okay then. So I love y'all, man, because I love y'all. Y'all very intelligent. You're critical thinkers. You're going to definitely figure it out. And we're going to be good. So I'm going to send my love out. Thank you, ancestors. And I appreciate y'all listening. And ask me to keep reading. So we're going to look forward to the next lesson, all right? Peace. Shalom. Shem Hotep. Averroes. All right? And let's keep on building. Oh, look at that, brother. One more time. All right, peace.